Hey everybody, this is Chelsea Schaefer.
And Caitlin Gustav.
And this is The Score, the official podcast of the sport of team roping. This is the Team Roping Journal's semi-weekly podcast highlighting the team roping industry's top talents and influencers through stories that inspire and connect ropers. We sit down with ropers from the professional ranks as well as industry icons and producers to delve into topics that make the team roping world tick. This is season 2. It will feature even deeper interviews, storytelling, and issue-based coverage, and we are so excited you're here. Oh my goodness, everybody. I feel like this is just the 4th of July round all over again. Welcome to the Short Score. We have so dang much to tell you.
So exciting.
So exciting.
So exciting.
Caitlin's put together a pretty good wrap-up, of course. So you guys will remember that the Short Score during the summer, it has information on the Resistol rookie results. We bring you the pro rodeo results, everything that you need to know, kind of your cheat sheet of pro rodeo. That's brought to you by CSI Saddle Pads. And the circuit standings update is brought to you by Fastback Ropes. So these groups, or these companies support us all year long. They want their messaging pushed out next to great content about the sport of team roping. So I want to make sure that you guys are thanking them and are well aware of who is bringing you the news that you need when you're in the practice pen. Just talking to your buddies, you can chit-chat and be the one that's in the know. So without further ado, Caitlin, would you please tell us what's going on in pro rodeo?
That Brooks DeHosey.
Mm-hmm.
We've said it a few times. We're fans of Brooks DeHosey.
Yep.
He and Walt Woodard just won the California Rodeo Salinas. They were 50.3 seconds on 5 head. That's awesome. That paid $7,000.
Listen, I've got a story getting ready to go up about that, and that story is going to have some horse updates that are brought to you by Soft Ride Equine Comfort Boots, because Soft Ride's sponsoring our content of great horses all year long. And so I talked to Brooks. He is riding a mare to win Salinas, which we love when mares do well. It's also one of our favorite girl power situations as far as the mares go. Caitlin's shrugging. She doesn't.
I own geldings.
She's a gelding person.
I am a gelding person.
You would be. But Brooks's mare, her name is Little Mac Dual. She's just 8 this year, and she's a granddaughter of Dual Pep. Special Dual Pep is her sire. And that is out of a mare named Little Mac Robber by Night Robber. Looks like there's Freckles Playboy way back on that mare.
That's sweet. That mare is sweet.
Yeah, Brooks said he had sold her already this year and bought her back right before him and Walt started roping. I got so much out of talking to Brooks yesterday and Walt this morning. I thought that was really cool. And then Walt also, he's riding his horse Blueberry, who we're going to have a podcast with Walt coming up in August. So you guys have something to look forward to. And he'll tell you the whole training process that went into Blueberry. And I was surprised to find out that Blueberry is a Sunfrost bred horse, Frosted PC Frenchman, by a stud named Frosted Sunman out of a mare, Dakota's Lady Poco. Poco Jr. goes back to Poco Jr. Roan, a Hancock mare, Mr. Baron Red mare, or excuse me, a Mr. Baron Red stud. So there's some cool names on that horse's papers. That's a horse out of South Dakota that Walt and his son Travis made. So I look forward to that story on the website.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is sweet. Yeah, and super cool. I did the math. It's been 12 years since Walt won Rodeo Salinas with Clay Tryon. I thought that was a fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah.
Walt didn't remember who he won Salinas with before. So
Clay Tryon.
He actually said he missed for Clay Tryon to win Salinas. So I bet he will be excited to know that, in fact, he did win it with Clay Tryon once upon a time.
Yeah.
He couldn't remember.
Yeah, definitely Clay Tryon.
Perfect.
Him and Brooks, they placed 8th in the second round with a 9.4 second run, and then they won the final round with an 8 flat. So
they got a goodie there in the short round.
Yeah, they really did. Moving on, Nelson Wyatt and Levi Lord. Currently in progress is Spanish Fork Fiesta Days Rodeo in Utah. They're so far winning the first round with a 4.1 second run. They're 4th in the second round with a 4.5 second run, and they're 1st in the average with a time of 8.6 seconds on 2 head. So we'll wait and see how that all pans out.
Nelson Wyatt is a former Resistol Rookie of the Year.
Yes. He is a Resistol header. And then at the Snake River Stampede in Nampa, Idaho, they won the average there with a 15.1 on 3 head, and that paid over $5,000 a man.
Nelson Wyatt and Levi Lord did?
Yeah.
Talk about being on a heater.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially in the averages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They tied Cal Fuller, who's a Resistol rookie contender this year, and Casper Roy. They tied for third with a 4.5 second run that paid over $2,000. And then in the final round, they tied Dylan Holyfield and Phoenix Everano and Clay Tryon and Travis Graves for first with a 5.2 second run. And that Dylan Holyfield is also in the Resistol rookie race this year. So
cool.
It's cool to see some Resistol rookies.
Yeah.
Placing around.
I think that Walt and I talked about that today. The 65 rodeos instead of 75 rodeos are going to maybe the theory is that they're going to let a lot of younger guys that maybe don't have as much money to do battle over 75 rodeos have a little bit better of a chance. So
that'll be sweet.
Yeah, I do not stand here to get into that debate of 65 or 75 or unlimited rodeos, but that was just a thought that Walt had, that's going to help a lot of the younger guys who might just have a 2-horse trailer and a pickup. So
yeah, just kind of getting out there. That'll be sweet. And then moving on, the pro rodeo results, standings, Blake Hughes and Braden Harmon, they won the Kansas's largest night rodeo in Pretty Prairie, Kansas, with a 5.9 second run that paid a little over $1,000. And then Lane Galbell and Lucas Falconer, they won Wapello Pro Rodeo in Iowa with a 7 flat, and that paid over $1,000.
Awesome. And then obviously Cheyenne's going on right now.
So
this year it's a little different. Cheyenne, the top 40 teams from the 2-head qualifier are making it back. We've seen a couple rounds go so far, or one set of guys make it. So you can look forward to next week having a more thorough update on what's going on at Cheyenne and who won, because the short round is Sunday.
So exciting. Can't wait. And then moving on, we have the Resistol rookie results. Obviously,
we have to talk about Peyton Bray again.
Yeah, Peyton Bray every week.
Just kidding, Peyton. I love talking about you. I'm glad you're doing so well.
He and obviously Eric Rogers at the California Rodeo Salinas. They tied Chad Masters and Joseph Harrison for third in the second round with an 8.8 second run. That paid over $1,000, and then they won third in the third round with an 8.7 second run, paying almost $2,000. So definitely helping him in the standings.
Yeah, Peyton Bray, I've got to circle back to that. He's roping with Eric Rogers. Eric Rogers has made the finals every year since he started rodeo, or since he made it the first time. I'm going to have a story later, maybe next week, about all the guys who have not missed the finals since their first finals. Eric Rogers is, of course, on that list. So, Peyton, we're liking your chances.
Yeah, it's awesome. Super awesome. Another Resistol rookie contender, we talked about him earlier, is that Cal Fuller, who's roping with Casper Roy. They, obviously, like we said, they tied Nelson Wyatt and Levi Lord for third in that second round at Nampa, Idaho, with that 4.5 second round. So, $2,000, that's not going to hurt your earnings. More standings updates, that Garrett Chick from Texas with roping with Ross Ashford, who is a former Resistol rookie champion. Currently in progress at Ogden Pioneer Days in Utah. They're winning third in the average with a 10.3 seconds on 2 head, and they are winning the second round with a 4.4 second run. Also still in progress at the Spanish Fork, Utah. They're fourth in the first round with a 4.8 second run, so their chances are looking pretty good.
Things are getting very quick right now.
Definitely. We also talked about him earlier, Dylan Holyfield, roping with Phoenix. They obviously tied Nelson Wyatt and Levi Lord and Clay Tryon and Travis Graves for first in that final round with a 5.2 in Nampa, Idaho. And they also placed fifth in the average with a time of 16.4 seconds on 3 head. And that paid $2,562 a man. Lots and lots of Resistol updates today.
That's great. Young guys are putting in a lot of money.
Yeah. Wyatt Hansen is healing for Ryan Reed. They tied J.B. James Jr. and Brock Hansen for sixth in the fourth round at Salinas, California with a 9.2 second run. That paid over $600 a man. Jaron Johnson, he's healing for Cody too. Currently, obviously, like we said, Cheyenne's going on right now. They qualified for the perfs in the quarterfinals. They were in the third performance. They were second with a 10.1 second run, and that paid $1,674 a man. This obviously comes out today, Tuesday, July 23rd.
Yes, Tuesday, July 23rd.
Yeah, good thing I'm right. I don't have my watch. It's dead today. They're up today. They run their second one today, so we'll find out tonight or later this afternoon if they're going to make it back to the short go. Drew Carnes is healing for Ty Berger. They at the Lake Luzerne, the Painted Pony.
At the Painted Pony.
Yeah, I think it's a series over there, so they won first at the first one at the 4.6 second run, and then again at the Painted Pony, they won first again with a 5.2 second run.
You guys, if you go on a trip to the East Coast, or if you are on the East Coast listening to this and you've never been to Lake Luzerne, New York, it's absolutely beautiful. It's an awesome vacation spot. This is my pitch to the Painted Pony.
Oh my God.
You should go watch a rodeo. Go enter a rodeo at the Painted Pony. It's a narrow little pen and is a really cool atmosphere. So try it. There's your commercial, Painted Pony.
Fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, for the Resistol rookie update, Dylan Ahlstrom. He's up with Taylor Wynn. And same thing, Cheyenne's still going on. So in the quarterfinals, in the second performance, they were first with a 7.7 second run. And that paid $2,233 a man.
That's doing it at Cheyenne.
Yeah.
7-7? Heck yeah.
I think fastest in the slack was 7.2 with that Tanner Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was doing it.
That was really doing it. So anything 7-second range is doing it. And then moving on, we got our Fastback Circuit standings update. In the first Frontier Circuit, we talked about them earlier. Ty Berger and Drew Carnes. All of their Lake Luzerne, the Painted Pony earnings moved Ty to second with $4,537. And Drew is third with $2,804. In the Badlands Circuit, we have John Peterson and Trey Smith. They won first in Mitchell, South Dakota with a 4.9 second run, and that paid over $2,000 a man. John is currently first with over $8,000, and Trey is second in the standings with over $7,000. More Badlands Circuit is Cash Hetzel. Cade Smith is roping with heading for him. He's not in that circuit standings. But again, at Mitchell, South Dakota, they tied Curry Kirchner and Daniel Reed for third with a 6 flat. That paid almost $2,000. And then at Crete, Nebraska, they placed second with a 6.5 second run. Cash, he's currently first with $7,698 in the Badlands Circuit. California Circuit, that Nano Garza.
Who is 15th in the PRCA World standings right now.
Crazy. Crazy. He's repping with Tanner Baldwin, who I believe is Turquoise Circuit. They, at Salinas, California, in the third round, they tied Chad Masters and Joseph Harrison for fourth with a 9-second run. And they placed fifth in the final round with a 10.2 second run. And fourth in the average with a time of 57.2 seconds on 5 head, and that paid over $4,000. Like I said, Nano, he's currently first in the California standings with $23,701.
Holy circuit standings.
Right?
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
All right, in the Maple Leaf Circuit, Dawson and Dylan Graham in Morris, Manitoba, they were 5 flat. They won about $1,700. And then in Kennedy, Saskatchewan, they tied Grady Quam and Colton Fletcher for first with a 5.3 second run, worth about $1,000. So they're currently 6th in those Canadian standings. So we're going to kind of be watching the Canadian standings a little bit more as the CFR approaches. I know there are some guys like Justin Bird is going home to Montana this year. He's going to kind of head off the PRCA rodeo trail, or the pro rodeo trail, in a big way, and go to Canada and try to make those Canadian finals. They're pretty good nowadays. They pay equal money in the team roping, I think. So it'll be cool to see the Canadian finals kind of unfold as the year goes on. In Montana, which BT Dubs, that's, like I said, Dustin's also trying to go home, which is Montana too. So Derek and Brett Fleming, they won Stanford, Montana. They were first with a 6.4 second run worth about $950. And Derek is first in the Montana circuit standings, and Brett is second, and they both have about 5,600 won. Again, I'm looking at Caitlin's notes, so I didn't actually know that Dustin Bird was coming up here, so I didn't mean to double talk about Dustin. But he and Riley Wilson were in Shelby, Montana. They tied Jade Gardner and Ty Hendrick with a 6.8 second run worth $841 a man. Bird has $4,486 won, so he's fourth. Jade is 17th with $840. That same $840 he won in Shelby, Montana. So there is your update for the circuit standings. That's again brought to you by Fastback Ropes. Fastback has a ton of guys in the circuit system, and that's because, these guys that are salt of the earth, that are out there just kind of hammering away. They're working for a living. They're roping on the weekends. They're using Fastback Ropes. So thank you, Fastback, for bringing us those standings. And everybody, that is a wrap on this week's episode of The Short Score. We will have a fun episode with none other than Clay Tryon this Thursday, the 3-time world champion. We're going to chat with him actually this afternoon. So warning, a whole episode with Clay Tryon is going to be something interesting. I'm looking forward to the conversation. And then we will have all kinds of stuff next week with Cheyenne getting ready to be over. So we'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great one.